So welcome to this edition of M Cubed, Michael Else Maths Matters, and we're going to be looking at cumulative frequency curves, or ojive curves as they're also known.
Okay, still working with group data. Sometimes we ask you what plot what's called a cumulative frequency curve. Just the important thing to remember here is that we start off, so we've got our frequencies. In the column next door, we have what's called the cumulative frequency. So, for example, 9 is the cumulative frequency thus far, plus 6 gives us 15. This number of 15 means that 15 people got a mark of 40 or less. Right. The last number in our cumulative frequency column is the number of data items, the total number, okay? And that means that obviously 30 people got a mark of 60 or less. When we plot the cumulative frequency curve, we use the right-hand end of the interval and our cumulative frequency as the point to plot. So you'll notice we plot 39 and then we plot 40, 15, 50, 22. Right. The normal shape, and I'm not drawing this one accurately, the normal shape of one of these cumulative frequency curves is a kind of elongated S. And what it does do is it always, the last point that we plot is always N. We always plot the sort of the marks, the weights, the heights, whatever they are, on the horizontal axis and our cumulative frequency on the vertical axis. Right, so let's take a look now at an example of a cumulative frequency curve. And I actually wanted to hide something there, so I'm going to just quickly change pause and we'll have a look at. Okay, sorry about that. So we've got a cumulative frequency curve that's been drawn here. We've got marks on the horizontal axis, and we've got number of students on the vertical axis. So the first question here is, what is the interquartile range? Now we've got 50 students. So 50 divided by 4 is about 12 and a half, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in at 12 and a half and at 47 and a half. So those are the positions of the quartile. Now we allow a little bit of sort of leniency in terms of exact accuracy here, right? But 12 and a half and 47 and a half. These numbers over here, this will be Q3 and this one will be Q1, right? The next question says, if a merit mark will go to the top 10%. Now the top 10%, obviously out of 50 students, would be from 45 to 50. So if we just have a look at them, all right, if we go from 45, we read off and we get a mark of about 83%. We normally are asked to show where we're going to read off our answers. And then the last question, if 35% is a pass mark, what percentage of the students failed? So let's just have a look. 35%. Now I'm looking over here at 35%. And we see that we get about 5. All right. So just to answer these questions then, all right, the interquartile range will be 73 minus 45, which is about 25. If a merit mark will go to the top 10%, remember the top 10% are the last 5 pupils, those there, we read off about 83%. And then lastly, if 35% is the pass mark, what percentage of the students failed? Well, 5 out of 50, so about 10%. That's really important skills that you can read off these cumulative frequency curves.